On today's show, we're going to talk about the new 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road, and there's a couple things about this. There's the big wind valence at the front, the rear under spoiler there that everybody's all pissy about. I get a lot of comments on all my Toyota videos about, I hope that's not how they're going to produce it. Well, it is how they're going to produce it because of aerodynamics, and they need it for fuel economy. But there's a couple things about this truck that I really like, and there's a couple things that kind of got me scratching my head about, like, Toyota, really? I hope this isn't the final version. So let's get into these photos right now, and as always, I will post a link in the comments below to where this story is coming from. So over here, you can see this is Tacoma 4G, and let's bring this up a little bit bigger. So this comes to us from Tacoma 4G there, and as you can see, once again, the link will be down here. But somebody who is doesn't have a lot of details in their name threw these over here, and this looks to be actually in Toyota's testing grounds, or maybe in Texas at HQ, because these are too close, and these are numbered spots for a reason. It's where they park their test mules, and this is probably a test mule. But we won't get into that right now. But obviously, we've seen the front end of this truck. Looks great. Seeing it in solar octane, I love this. It's my favorite Toyota color they do. If I could have a Sequoia in this color in a TRD Pro, I would in a heartbeat, because I love the look of that SUV. But the little truck, man, we know Toyota's going to sell a ton of these. Their reputation alone will sell 100,000 a year, and that's without them even advertising or even trying with this vehicle. But I like the rear spoiler of this thing. We've seen a lot of this before, and it looks like it's going to have the composite bed and all that. I like the Tundra, so this truck didn't. It is a little bit of this position here. It looks just kind of like a little Tundra. There's a little Easter egg somebody snapped some photos of, and there's your manufacturer's plates. So this is definitely, there's just Toyotas everywhere. So I'm pretty sure this is in their I believe it's San Antonio's where their HQ is. Rock rails, those rock rails look good, and the wheels and everything look good. Now, I want to pull these photos up in a little bit better detail. All right, so I want to bring this up just a little bit closer so we can take it's going to be a little grainy because of I'm sure this was a cell phone, but as you can see here, real rock rails. Toyota always does good stuff like this, and I'm glad that we're not seeing the kind of steps they like to, the infab steps, whatever they call them, they like to do. This it looks to be a true rock rail. Now, is it body mounted or is it frame mounted? I'm going to assume, because all manufacturers love body mounted anything because it's easier for them to install in the process, that these are body mounted, but still they look to be a nice rock rail with that a lot of good protection there. Now, get into some of the other photos here. This is the tailgate. Now, the Tacoma and all that, we've seen this. This is basically in the current truck. Nothing about that really changes, but I do like the I'm sure this will be an optional inlay that you can get for the vehicle. It looks great. I'm trying to figure out what's down here. They kind of look like tow hooks of sorts, but it's hard to say. Like I said, these are kind of grainy. Or is it just the frame itself and the way they're doing the off-road bumper of this? It's just allowing the frame to be exposed a little bit. Now, I know Ford has done that in the past with the Raptors when they've done similar bumpers like this for ground clearance, that the frame in part of it's just sticking out there. And to me, it doesn't look the great. I'll be curious what you think about that. But obviously, you can see that it does have a tow package, and you're getting, for tow package, you're going to get both pin receptors right there. But the back of this truck, we've seen this, so it looks great. Now, here's one of the little Easter eggs. It's going to have Tacoma in there, and I'm curious about this. I'm over all the goofy Easter egg stuff. I guess it makes buying a vehicle kind of fun. And if you're an enthusiast like me or you're probably already on the forums and watching all this stuff anyway. So it almost takes the fun out of it. But, is what it is. But it's got Tacoma in there, and it doesn't look too bad. So the wheels. Now, this has been something I've been curious about. What tire are they going to put on there? And it looks to be there is a BF Goodrich, tire. Now, these will probably be around a 32-inch tire, so they're not going to be huge. But Toyota, I've talked to Toyota about this. They know their audience is going to buy this vehicle and go right to your local tire store, your favorite place to buy tires, and put the tire you want on it. So Toyota is very conscious about, they don't want the first 6 months feedback. If they put an aggressive like a KO or a KM3 or something real aggressive like a new KO3, they're going to get feedback about that, and people are going to whine that, the road noise. So they put something that kind of looks off-road, but, is really just an all-terrain tire. But still, it's a good tire. BF Goodrich, I'm a big fan of theirs. And here you can see that lower spoiler, the valence there to keep, aerodynamics going. Toyota has said many times, nine bolts or 9 screws out of this, and that pops right off. They know. Toyota knows the off-road market so well. They know that people are going to fuss about that, and well, they know let's make it easy to remove. Now, I do like the looks to be like a gloss black grill into this thing, and it all plays in all the way down to that. I mean, this is going to be a kind of just a normal plastic bumper, but it looks to be playing all the way through. Looks great. I like the fog lights that they've done. They seem to do a good quality fog light when they do that. And that color, once again, that color is just so nice. Now here's where some of my problems start to happen with this. Now, this is a TRD off-road, and Toyota, you need to update this graphic. For one, it looks tiny on there. And I don't know if this is just because it's a test mule, they just threw something on there. I don't know. Normally, you start testing without them being badged up like this, and it is the final version. So I hope for any potential off-road buyers that they do something a little bit different. I know this is their traditional logo for this, but for one, it just looks tiny. And I would be curious your opinion on that. And it's a sticker, so guess what? It can be pulled off. But I kind of like generally factory badging like that. And that one for me just does not seem to fit very well. So we'll leave it at that. But once again, here you can kind of see it in a little bit larger fashion. It just looks small. I think they could have. I like the old stamping that they used to do, the TRD stamping. I like that a lot, but obviously this is the lower. This is not a pro. This is just the off-road. But it looks good. It looks good. I love how the taillights play with the aerodynamics down here and how the bumper. Toyota's always had a high clearance rear bumper, so I appreciate that from the company. Doesn't look though. It doesn't look like it's just low on the ground. It's definitely an off-road package, and they have it up in the air just a little bit. As you can see, looks to be more of a standard trim next to it. So I'd like to know I'd be curious to know which trim this is over here, but it does have that nice off-road bumper. Let's go through these. And as you can see here you can see the sunroof of this thing. You're going to get the three fish fins up there, the shark fins as they call them. I'll be curious to know when the more technical details come out. Obviously radio is a big thing about it, but I'm curious, is this some communications with the manufacturer so they can do over-air updates? I would say so. That's going to be start to be a more popular deal. But these are the photos that were out on the Tacoma 4G, and once again, their link will be down if you want to go in and see what everybody there is saying about this thing. I do like the black fenders as well. I like that they're on the Pro, it's that kind of digital camo imprint. Maybe I'm not sure about that on the for the trucks. The full size trucks have that. I'm not sure if the little truck's going to get that, but they're definitely glossy on the full size truck or in the mid size truck. And from what I've seen, I'd probably scratch the crap out of those. So curious where you off-road, if you would take this truck off-roading, if you would have similar issues. But as you can see, this in here seems to be a lower trim. So I'm going to guess that's an SR5. Still looks good though. But I like the old school. I went the Pro because I want the old school Toyota badging and all those goodies on there. So in the comments below, let me know what you think about this. Is this exciting to you? Does this truck, have you been waiting for a while? Have you been talking to your dealership about this truck, trying to get one? Now, we all know Toyota does not do specific orders. So if you want a solar octane like this, and your dealership happens to have a reservation for the off-road trim of this in that color, that's how you get it. Past that, it's kind of a crapshoot on how Toyota does their ordering process. So in the comments below, let me know what you think. So whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or these badass Toyota trucks, I'm going to drive. This has been your All Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd, and we're out. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.